What's up? What's up, man? Welcome to the Dissect on this Friday night, January 19th, 2024. Yeah, we're already 19 days into the new year. Quite fast, huh? Feels like it's gone. The new year so far has gone fast, flew by fast so far. Welcome to Dissect. AW here. We're presenting Dissect, my channel where I go over YouTubers, news articles, stuff like that, where we dissect, debunk, give our thoughts, basically analyze. Okay, YouTubers, articles, news, whatever I feel that it's worth going over. As you know, my content's been a lot of Campia and Gandalf stuff, but I have other YouTubers I've done to go after. And for example, for this live stream, we're not going to do John Campia or Grace Randolph. We're going to do, although I do want to make a Grace Randolph video. I plan to do a Grace Randolph video talking about Indiana Jones movie, the Indiana Jones video game, not movie. But we're not doing Grace tonight. We're gonna do somebody that you might have heard of, that it may have delusions, real delusions. And that person is Doomcock, aka Dumbcock. Yeah, or you can call him Dumbcock, aka Doomcock. Yes, Mr. Buckethead, Doomcock. Hello, George. Yes, I'm gonna have people on. Yeah, we're gonna go over this dumbass, Doomcock, and this is gonna be more of a fun stream. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna try. Here's the thing about Doomcock, guys. Don't get mad at him, please. Don't. It's not like Grace Campia where you can get frustrated or something. You gotta take Doomcock as a joke.
I'd rather listen to Doomcock than Grace Randall.
Yeah, that's my point.
Listen. Let's be real here. Doomcock's a joke.
Yes.
But you know what?
It's funny though. He's funny.
Entertainment. When I watch Grace Randolph, it feels like I'm trying to get through a chore that's painful to get through.
Oh.
Like that's the thing. Grace, and you know what? People can hate on me all they want. What I'm about to say. Grace Randolph's worse than Doomcock in my opinion. I'm sorry, she just is. She should just go on an island. You know, Doomcock's just a joke. I don't know. maybe behind that the dumb mask. Maybe he's a good person in real life. Maybe he's just he's secretly a liberal.
He's live right now.
That's just using this to grift.
He's live right now.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to make a statement. Like, this isn't trying to sound pro Phantom Menace, but any feminist that's going to defend Madam Web is going to need to get their heads examined.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, getting rid of any trace of Spider-Man. What the hell?
I'm talking about that tomorrow on my.
But I just want to just throw that out there. Like, all the feminists, get your heads examined, because if you're going to defend Madam Web like you defended the Marvels, then go get your head examined and actually go watch a real movie.
I'm gonna go off on that tomorrow on Let's Talk Pop. It's not about it's about how we know that Madam Web doesn't take place in any Spider-Man universe. It's like its own separate universe. It's like another universe. I'm like, oh, that doesn't help anything, George. That doesn't help.
It's just what's the point of this movie existing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just wondering, like, no, Sony's getting cooked.
Yeah,
and that's not me saying Marvel's cooking. No, Sony's getting cooked. Like, and I know we're not talking about it until tomorrow, but I just want to say that I think the Sonyverse, the Sony Spider-Man character universe, I think it's going to be dead after Venom 3. I think this is going to be a major flop. I think Kraven's going to be a major flop. Venom, I think, is going to probably make the same amount as Venom Let There Be Carnage, but it's like, people will go see Venom. They ain't going to go see some of this other shit that's just coming out.
I hope Blinded comes in, because
Morbius should have told you right away that this was not going to be a successful universe.
You know what? We'll get to the Zelda story, the Zelda video later, because I hope just in case Blinded comes in, because
I just want to say, if Doomcock's saying Zelda's going woke, then I'm
that's kind of the video.
Oh my goodness! You know, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, I'm gonna probably play some of it during the stream, because I've gotten so addicted to this game, and it took me a while to get past that first Sky Island.
Okay.
No, it's a great game, but oh my goodness, there's a lot to get through already, and I just started traveling in Hyrule.
So which Star Wars video? There's a bunch of them. He has a lot of them. That's the problem. He has a lot of videos he can do. Um,
But I mean, here's the thing: wasn't him and some of his Phantom Menace buddies
oh,
trying to say the Mario movie was going to be woke, and then it turned out to not be woke?
we're not we're not gonna do this video, but we're gonna look at the title. Just laugh at this. This video I just can pop up.
I'm just saying, like, they've been so wrong about so much.
So we're just gonna look, we're not gonna watch this video, but look at the title.
Oh, Rebel Moon Part 1 review. A choppy mess that still kicks. Oh, I told you. Listen, I knew he was gonna pull something like this. Even if he didn't like the movie, he was still gonna say it was better than
The
anything
Last
Disney
Jedi.
Star
I
Wars.
know Last Jedi wasn't really good, and Rise of Skywalker was really good, but those two movies are still better than this crap.
You know what? I've actually grown to appreciate those two movies after
After seeing
watching
this,
after watching Rebel Moon. Well, here's the thing: I never hated Last Jedi. I was more disappointed in Last Jedi.
yeah.
Cinematically, it looks great, cinematically, but as a story and how some of the characters were handled, that's where the problems came in. But like if you look at the cinematography of Last Jedi compared to Rebel Moon, it's no contest. Last Jedi
Mhm.
kicks Rebel Moon's ass. Same thing with Rise of Skywalker. Even though the story is a big mess and like, yeah, the line somehow Palpatine has returned his lazy ass, it still looks better than anything from Rebel Moon.
Okay.
I hope Rebel Moon gets nominated for Razzies. I really do. I don't know what Zack Snyder was thinking with that movie. That was a
Oh, like
disappointment.
BVS did, because that movie did.
No, but listen, BVS was actually it was a lot better than this movie.
Oh yeah.
Even the
BVS is
theatrical cut
BVS
of
is watchable.
BVS.
BVS is not. BVS is watchable though. Like you can
I
watch
can
BVS.
watch BVS. Like here's the thing, I actually like the performances in BVS. I just wish the story was a lot better.
Yeah.
But even still, the story, despite its flaws, still better than whatever story, if there was even a
No,
story to Rebel Moon.
Zack Snyder's Netflix stuff is not good so far.
I think Netflix is gonna regret this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna pan out the way that I think they were hoping.
Yeah. So this is the video. I'm looking for the video. Let's look at this one. Okay. Okay. I'll skip the ad first. No. So. Okay.
Also, I just want to say while looking for the video, I'm hearing rumors that they might remake The Wizard of Oz and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
Leave the classics alone. Seriously, those are two perfect movies that need to be left the hell alone.
A Degrassi. Yeah. You're right. I read that too.
Listen, if you remake It's a Wonderful Life, I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna boycott the movie. There's some things that just can't be remade. It's a Wonderful Life is one of those.
George, I'm in the mindset they're gonna remake anything. They can remake anything.
Well, guess what? There's some things I can also choose what to do with my
Yeah.
money, and I ain't gonna give that garbage my money.
Okay. So we'll get to the Zelda stuff because hopefully Blind comes in because I know you play Zelda. I want to hear your reaction too. But Blind, he's like the big. I think Blind is the bigger gamer than us, right? We could say.
Well, I mean, I don't know how big of a Zelda fan he is, but listen, when it
Oh,
comes to gaming,
you know him. You know him. You know his takes.
I take Zelda gaming seriously.
Yeah.
That's the
So
one.
okay.
That's the gaming I take seriously.
Because I know
And
Blind wants
2K.
in. Yeah. Okay. So the title here. We'll get to the basis of some of the stuff too because of the supposedly the movie's indefinitely been delayed, but Lucasfilms came out and said no, it's not delayed, and I'm like, of course it's not delayed, man. This movie is gonna happen. I know. I'm just gonna say the stories. I know in the
Oh my
past
god.
Lucasfilms there has been a track record where they haven't obviously delivered on the promises and all this stuff. But this movie is a guarantee, in my opinion. They're going to make this movie because they were all set up. It was all set up, but the strikes came in advance. But it's not the point of this video. But so you could tell because the title of this video: Star Wars movie plot leaked. My spies undercover shocking details of Rey's new adventure. How is that possible when it's still being written by Stephen Knight, who I think is doing Moon Knight? I think he did Moon Knight and Peaky Blinders. How does this? How does the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz, I'm gonna call him up too, know? How does he know the plot to this movie? How's he
Is the
gonna
movie?
puck?
I didn't even know the movie was already written.
No, I think it's yeah. So let's get into this. Let's see what he has to say because we're gonna
Oh my
laugh at this.
gosh.
And oh yeah, he's gonna have those puppets too, and he's gonna anonymous source. It's gonna be a Mickey Mouse and Sean Levy too. He's gonna be the Mickey Mouse. You know, every time you do the anonymous source with Doomcock, there's always a Mickey Mouse on the other end. You can see that.
Folks, thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting this channel. If you enjoy this video and you have not subscribed, please do so and click on the notification bell. And if you are subscribed, please check to make sure you still are. The algorithm is aggressively removing subscribers at an alarming rate. I also thank you for the super thanks, folks, and promise to answer each and every one
That's
I
like got
receive.
332,000
Help us keep
subs.
fighting
You're
to save pop
losing a bunch
culture
of subs
because the forces of
Idiots.
wokeness are stacked against us. Thanks for watching, and now, on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth, and I am here today with an exclusive scoop from my amazing Hollywood
Scoop. Scoop. Scoop of ice cream.
spies about what's going on behind the
Spies.
scenes with the so-called Ray movie. And if you think that
Ooh,
coming
Cameron
out with a
Pasha?
movie about a bland character from a loathed trilogy is insane, just wait until you
Hey, Degrassi, don't give him credit. Oh, okay. Still hasn't seen the script. Okay, he still hasn't seen what's written about. Karan Pasha, probably.
hear the various plot lines that have been circulating
Let's see what
behind
he
the
has to say.
scenes at Lucasfilm. Folks, my Hollywood spies have been beating the bushes for this information for many a moon now. Is this idiotic Ray movie
Wait,
real?
the Bushes?
Is
Yes.
it fake? Does it have a script?
He
Is
attacked
it
George
in
W. Bush?
pre-production yet? Does it have a budget? In this video, we'll attempt to answer these questions, but I will tell you right now, the answers are seemingly contradictory on the surface in a lot of ways because there's a great deal of chaos behind the scenes. No one really has a grip on what's happening at Lucasfilm. There are competing factions scrambling to set the agenda.
There's factions. There's factions going at each other behind the Lucasfilms, George. It's a civil war. It's a civil war going at Lucasfilms.
I mean, how long has this Civil War been going on for? Longer than the American
Didn't he?
Civil War? I mean, they've been saying this since what, 2018, 2019?
Yeah. Thank you, Ghost. Obviously, yeah. Didn't he always say there's a civil war going on at Lucasfilms? Always, right? Yeah. That's why they promoted David Filoni to basically second command. Oh, there's a civil war.
They don't have a lot of money, and it seems like they're flailing around in panic, doing their damnedest to chart a way forward through the fog of melting snowflakes and the bog of red ink losses. Star Wars is a steaming pile of shit in a field strewn with the rubble of the Star Wars empire, my friends. And there's a Kennedy loyalist faction inside Lucasfilm that's trying to bust up the rubble into little pebbles.
You know who's the canniest little faction in you know who Doomcock, you know who that is? His name is Bob. His last name is Iger. And he obviously likes her winning Lucasfilms. You know? Yeah, that's all that matters, really. Doesn't matter to anybody else. All that matters is Bob Iger's in charge.
Oh,
This guy really wants a civil war. Like, seriously.
Cat litter, judging by the garbage these woke wankers are shoveling.
It's true, Doomcock. Lucasfilm is well and truly self-screwed. One part of Lucasfilm lets it leak out about
Still
this
got that
horrible
dumb
Ray
puppet?
movie BS. Star Wars
Okay,
fans
I think I found a spy. This is a spy. Because look, how else would he be able to get in and get sources? You have to send this thing in. I mean, this thing can sneak through vents, the ventilation system, and this and on their meetings,
Oh.
and that's probably it. We figured it out. We figured it out, George. It's this thing. This thing.
Yo, his Harvey Cthulhu. Yo, I think he has a talking skull now.
Yes,
as
he
well.
does. He does. And we're gonna see it. It's in this video.
Oh my goodness! I really want to know what Doomcock smokes because I need some of that.
He's singing right now, guys. He is. Yeah.
Oh, is he singing Sinatra again?
You know what Doomcock does? You know what he does? When he goes live, when he's finished on live, he deletes his live streams. He never keeps them. He does. He doesn't keep his live streams up. He always deletes his live streams, or he makes them private. You know what that means? Obviously, that means he gets. Obviously, he knows he knows he's a liar and a fraud, but he knows people can't. He's trying to hide it from others.
Collectively throw up in their popcorn buckets at the mere thought of it.
Yo,
Then Bob Iger panics, talks to Jon Favreau, and then
You see how you pronounce? You see how you pronounce that? You see how you pronounce the?
you know, I remember the first time I saw Harvey Cthulhu. It was like this video when they're bashing the Robert Pattinson Batman before it even came out. Like it was the Batmobile sex stuff.
Sex. Him, Joey Crowder.
And like Doomcock was simping for Ben Affleck.
What did he call John?
leak out about this horrible Ray movie BS. Star Wars fans collectively throw up in their popcorn buckets at the mere thought of it. Then Bob Iger panics, talks to Jon Favreau.
I can't even say this. You can't even say Jon Favreau's name right. Favreau. I'm gonna call Jon Favreau now. That's just okay, guys.
And then counter announces a Mandalorian movie instead of, or in addition to, Mandalorian Season 4. What sane company operates like this?
Marvel.
I do not do a podcast, UFC event. I don't do
DC?
anything without using Alphabet.
Same.
Marvel, DC do it. They have a bunch of films filming about the same bunch of films. DC does it. Well, DC is going to do it. Like now they did it in the past. They're going to do it again. It's normal, Doomcock. It's normal for a franchise to have 2 or 3 films could be filming at the same time. With like, what is it? This is nothing new, right, George? Like,
yeah, it ain't nothing new as far as I know.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Star Wars did it in the past with Solo, Rogue One, Force Awakens. No, Force Awakens, they didn't do it with Force Awakens because that was the first in a bunch of years since Revenge of the Sith. But I'm sure between Last Jedi and what's the one, Rogue One, they had 2 films filming around the same time. Same with Last Jedi and Solo. So it's common. Jon Favreau. It's Mr. Favreau.
You know, he sims for Favreau. We don't even know Favreau's name.
You can't be Favreau.
I mean, here's the thing. I saw that tweet where basically, like, Doomcock said, like, you know what? I think the MCU is only great because of Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau only really did, like, Iron Man, and that's basically it.
And Iron Man 2, well, I mean, Iron Man 2 is not a terrible movie, but it's not as good as the first movie.
No. And he's just an actor. Basically, he's just basically an actor in it. He has more influence on the Star Wars than MCU, Marvel.
And is the operative word, Harvey Cthulhu. You cannot claim to be a for-profit company.
What the hell?
After you propose a movie based on the hated lead character.
Wait a minute. Is this Scooby-Doo, like, where we got a talking skull coming out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I thought, like, what the hell's, like, this looks like it belongs in one of the James Gunn Scooby-Doo movies.
It also looks like one of the crystal skulls that we're missing.
oh my goodness! You know what? I'm gonna give him credit though. This looks the skull looks better than the crystal skull. That's all the credit I'm gonna give him. Look, Doomcock. Listen, this is the thing about Doomcock. He knows how to at least put on an effort in making an entertaining setting.
He does. Yes, he does put effort into everything he does. He does. I'll give him props for that, but everything else, no.
I mean, it's way better than Grace Randolph in her New York City apartment with like no setting or whatever, just going, "What's on your sidewall?" So, or like John Campea, just like, you know, having a boomer moment in his like at his weird desk.
Yeah.
That's dead in the water in terms of merchandising and fan support. The only reason to make a Rey movie is to spread the message, TM, and further the agenda. Pat pending.
Indeed, O Skull of Calder.
The agenda. The agenda, guys. Like they weren't going to continue doing more Star Wars movies, Doomcock. And the Rey actress is still relatively young, so why not use her for more future films? Whatever. I don't know how Daisy really is. Daisy really is how old is she?
She's older than me.
Yeah, I know she's older. She's 31 years old. So like, it was 9 years
wow.
ago. 9
Oh
years
wow,
ago.
she not. Oh, she's that young.
Yeah, 31. So he was like 24 years old when Force Awakens. She's still relatively young. So why? I'm not surprised they're going to use her from future projects. I'm telling you, Ryan Johnson's trilogy is going to be episode 10, 11, and 12. That's what I think.
I mean, wasn't it going to be around
Disney
that
would
little
rather
boy
say
that used
Rey
the
is
Force?
the bestest ever
Oh my god!
than
Yeah.
deliver dividends to their investors. Disney is committing the ultimate corporate sin, prioritizing extremist political messages over company profits, and that is why they're failing. After all,
Pay no attention to the madman behind the failed Doctor Doom mask.
regardless of how you personally feel about Disney Star Wars, the facts are stark and crystal clear. Rey is a divisive figure that alienates a large segment of the Star Wars fan base, a fan base that has eroded over the years due to woke wankery, shoddy writing, and Disney's insane political effort to change.
Newsflash, Doomcock. Star Wars has always been woke from 1977. If you go by
I need to show people at work a Doomcock video and wonder,
Yeah.
what do you think of this guy?
What do you
Like,
think?
do you
Yeah. What do you think? If they had Princess Leia, they would say Princess Leia's woke back then. Okay? Because she was a strong, very strong female character back then. Okay? Like seriously, these people would say Princess Leia's woke. How is she able to kill Jabba the Hutt? She shouldn't be able to kill Jabba the Hutt and choke him out. Oh, she always was able to talk back to a man. Han Solo and all that. Oh, she's leading the rebellion. Woke. Yeah. Seriously, they would say the Princess Leia's woke. Even though she's one of the main, the Star Wars from back in the 70s, it was focused on Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Luke. They were the main focus of that trilogy, obviously. But you get my point, right? They would say it's Princess Leia's woke, right?
Oh yeah, they absolutely would.
Yeah.
Star Wars from a male-focused franchise to a female-focused franchise, and that, my friends, is fiscal suicide. Essentially, Disney has jettisoned the men and boys who sustained this franchise for almost half a century in favor of a theoretical female fan base that has...
Doomcock, you freaking idiot. Listen, the plot, we don't know the plot, but we know like a bit of what's the plan is. She wants to start a new Jedi Order, okay? She might be the only Jedi left, as we know, from this time period. The Mandalorian universe is before this, obviously, right? Before Rise of Skywalker, and this is gonna take place after Rise of Skywalker. She might be the only Jedi we know, and she might be going out search, right? So, of course, it'd be her starting the new Jedi Order. Luke tried it, it went wrong, right? What happened with Luke? It went wrong with Ben Solo becoming Kylo Ren. Now it's her. She's gonna take the reins, right? So all we know, she might be the only Jedi, as we know, that's alive at this time period. Who knows? Maybe Ahsoka's still around. Maybe Sabine's still around. I don't know. We don't know what their future has in store.
I mean, here's the thing. I just wonder: are they going to do the thing that's driving some fans nuts and have her have a Force baby?
No. See, that's stupid. But it's logical for her to be starting a new Jedi Order. And you know what? Don't be. There's gonna be male Jedi's. Okay. Oh,
Well, they better, or otherwise Doomcock's gonna have a heart attack.
Is yet to show up in any meaningful way. And in announcing a Rey movie, it strongly signals that Disney has learned nothing. They're persisting in their madness, and there's no hope in sight for those few Star Wars fans still remaining.
Hey, at least we
So
know
what's the
that Disney
plot? What's the
realizes the
plot
Rey
then?
movie
Tell us
thing
the
is a big
plot.
stinker. Otherwise, they'd
All
be
he told us
focused on
that Ray is going to be in it. We know that. What's the plot?
softening up the market to bend over and accept the Rey movie shoved up their collective ass. The fact Iger announced this Mando movie clearly proves
Oh, come
Disney
on.
is alarmed at the public rejection of this Rey movie garbage
No,
and knows what
no.
sells. They just don't.
No, they don't have anything to do with each other. Yes, they're in the same universe technically, but I think the Mandalorian movie, my opinion, I don't know about you, George. I think it's just another in season 4. It's just another thing. Which can eventually lead up to the Filoni movie, where it's going to be the end of the little Mando universe in the bigger universe. It's gonna be catapult to that. That's all I think it is. It's nothing. It's nothing to do with this, man. Okay, maybe they were planning to announce this movie at Comic-Con. Maybe. How do you know? Maybe they're planning to do this at Comic-Con. Degrassi, what do you think? You think they're planning to do this at Comic-Con? I don't know. Or D23? Maybe they were planning. Maybe if they didn't have the strikes, maybe they're planning
so
to
close.
talk about this D23. I don't know.
If what does Skywalker the Jedi always say? If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Care.
Yep, it proves Disney does not care about profit. Oh, sure, they'll try to distract and change the narrative, but in the end, they haven't come right out and said, hey, the Rey movie announcement was an unauthorized leak. There is no Rey movie. That would be the smart thing. Put down the agenda and back slowly away from it.
Why would they say that? Because they're planning to make the movie. This fucking idiot. Oh my god.
Until the bomb squad arrives. But that's not the case, my friends. And that leads us to what my Hollywood spies have learned about this troubled project. At this point, I must state that what
There
I'm
we
about
go,
to share
George.
with
See
you
what
is
it has to say.
information provided to me by my Hollywood spies, but since I cannot personally verify any of this, I am presenting it solely.
He says it every single time, George. Every time he's heard from his sources or spies, he said, I cannot personally verify this. Every time, right? And then he's going to say, you know what he's going to say? You know what his classic line is, right? You watch Enos's show when he used to do 2 Cents of Nonsense. When
Oh,
he
I
did
missed that
Doomcock.
show.
You remember the gag? You remember the gag, right? The salt and
Yeah.
all that? Yeah.
I missed that show. It was funny.
Yeah. It was good, yeah.
As unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. That said,
How did we
here
know?
is what I've been
How
told.
did we know?
On January 11th, I received the following message from my Hollywood spies, quote, the Rey movie. So it seems this is destined to be a shit show as well. This information comes from one of our longtime agents. They
Mickey
named
Mouse.
the agent, and while I won't reveal that code name, I can tell you this report comes from one of my oldest and best agents. According to this source, the Rey movie is still based on a rejected script that had been rewritten countless times, at least 6 times now. It's basically Rey restarting the Jedi Order, and she is either pregnant with Ben's kid or has had Ben's kid, and he's evil.
Either they had a forced baby, because I don't remember. The only time I remember getting even close to being intimate is that kiss at the end before Ben died. But what the hell is he talking?
Here's the thing: Anakin's mom conceived him without
Yes.
having sex.
Yes, that's technically true. You're right.
So they're gonna tie Phantom Menace in by saying, "Hey, Anakin Skywalker was conceived by the Force."
But Rey's technically not. Rey's not even a descendant of the Skywalker lineage.
But I mean, they'll probably say, "Oh, it's some kind of
It's
Jedi
a-
thing," or
Oh my god.
Well, it
He's gonna
turns
turn
out
evil too. Oh,
there's a new rewrite of this script, and it goes something like this.
that's what he says.
Rey starts the new Jedi Academy to train her twins, a girl and a boy. As they grow, the boy turns to the dark side and kills Rey, and the movie focuses on the sister believing she can turn her brother back to the light. We have more information.
You're not gonna bring Daisy Ridley back just to kill her like right away. Okay. Bullshit on that. No. Why would? Oh my god, this makes me sick. Oh.
Coming about this, but we wanted to get ahead of this. It seems there's something to it. We have other sources coming to us without us even asking.
You know what? Me and you can make up that rumor. That's just an easy thing to make up. Oh, Ray's gonna get pregnant and have twins, and then one of them's gonna turn evil. You know how easy that is to make up? Like,
That's so predictable.
yeah, like obviously, yeah,
You basically
With
it just
very
sounds like a
similar-
predictable fan fiction.
yeah.
Information, unquote.
Wow, this is such a surprise. So Ray has twins. The boy turns out to be what else? Evil, and he kills Ray. You know, I'm kind of liking this movie.
I know, right?
Oh, I wonder why.
This is a movie that could broadly appeal to Star Wars fans who are sick and tired of Rey. We get to see her give her best Han Solo impression, run through with a lightsaber wielded by her evil son, turning her from the bestest ever to the bestest never.
Hey, somebody needs to tell evil
Hey,
Kylo
Degrassi, you hearing this,
Jr.
buddy?
to pull the
What are your
lightsaber
thoughts?
out sideways, not straight out, lest Rey shake it off as a flesh wound, like Reva did in Kenobi. To eliminate doubt, sideways pull out. Old Sith proverb. You're welcome.
I think this is hilarious. They're just revising an old script that's been rejected umpteen billion times over many years now in their desperation to keep Kathleen Kennedy's dream of the Force being female alive. So Rey gets bumped off like Han Solo by a
Since when? Why do they always use this excuse? The Force is female. Since when is I know the Force doesn't have a sex or a gender. No, nobody's talking about Degrassi. Only you, Degrassi. A lot of people don't do research like you. You know, you and I, right? Like you do a lot of research, so that's why you're more knowledgeable than everybody else on here. And props for that. But like seriously, man, Doomcock, shut up, man. God.
toxic white male representative of the patriarchy, and then Rey gets avenged when her daughter puts down
Patriarchy. White privilege patriarchy.
the patriarchy and the power of Poon is restored. LOL. It just goes to show.
Look, I know this is a bullshit story, but even if that's true, that's a bad story. Because it's a classic, it sounds like a classic Star Wars trope, honestly. Honestly, that sounds like
Show you. These woke wankers have no loyalty at all to Rey or any of the other female characters they promoted because, surprise, surprise, they're not really characters at all. None of them have a following. None of them have stuck in the
I'm gonna finish this.
public's consciousness, not like Luke or Han. So no one
Doomcock. They are characters. They're owned by Lucasfilms, aka Disney. They have toys, action figures, posters, all that. They are characters. Do you know what a definition of a character is? Do you know what you yourself is a character yourself, man? Do you know what a definition of a character is? Because look it up in the dictionary. You know, it's not that hard. Freaking moron. Freaking moron. This guy thinks he knows what that idiot.
gives a shit about killing them off. They're disposable. Like
Hey, you're not characters then, right?
the USSR back during the Cold War, the individual is nothing at Lucasfilm. The well-being
Oh my god, you compare this to the USSR, Soviet War, and all that, the Cold War, Soviet, USSR falling and all that. He's comparing it to that? He's comparing that?
Oh my gosh.
I hate when people on this side or whatever. People, whenever they compare stuff like this, entertainment stuff like this, to actual real life wars, that actual
I
or
mean,
flaw.
Doomcock's friends from Friday Night Tights, they have Vivek Ramaswamy on today, who basically said him endorsing Trump is his 1776 moment.
Trump in 1776 would be pro-British, not pro-American.
I mean, he wants to be a king, so
yeah, and that's the opposite of what the Americans fought for in 1776. They did not want a king, right? They wanted freedom from that.
we wanted what William Wallace fought for, freedom.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, we were Braveheart. We were Braveheart. I mean, well, Braveheart technically happened.
After.
Yeah. Well, no, the movie was made after, but technically the events of Braveheart happened way before.
Exactly.
Being of the state is all that matters, and in this case, the state is the message, the agenda, the wankery of the new woke order reigns supreme. Ray is just a vessel for the message, and if this rumor is true, they're perfectly happy shattering that vessel and placing the message in another. These people are laughable little propagandists, and this insane fixation on the woke message is why we all must say, without respect, we reject. We close our wallets to these people, these corruptors of our.
And you're not going to close your wallet because I know you're going to see it, Doomcock.
No, they
you are
need
going
to see it so they can talk about it.
Exactly. So, hypocrite. Like everybody in this ilk, they say they're not going to see this, the stuff they always criticize, but we know they have to, right, George? They have to for content. They have
Heck
to.
yeah, they do. You don't seriously. I think Jeremy Griggs is going to go see it. He needs to see it to hate it.
Oh, we all know Jeremy Griggs. You know, Jeremy Griggs, the thing is, he does expose himself. He does slip up. Once in a while. You guys are slipping up. That is, right? Because we know some of it is an act, and it does come out.
These
he does like the
cultural
Last
vandals,
Jedi. That slipped.
these incompetent hacks. As of this time, folks, no finalized and approved script for the Ray movie is ready. The so-called Ray movie is still just a lot of hot air with no script approved, and almost certainly we will see a Mandalorian movie before this piece of shit even sees the inside of a test screening. But one thing.
Good.
The people that made that Sound of Freedom movie.
It was basically males. Anything with males. If they had their way, they would have Jim Canville, what's his name? The nut Jim who played who played Jesus, the Passion of Christ. What's his name? Caviezel? Jim Caviezel, is that it?
Oh yeah, the guy was also in Sound of Freedom.
Him. Randy Quaid, I don't know, James Woods. They'll be those guys.
There was this bizarre theory I heard about James Woods where someone basically said that Joe Biden's been dead since 2019 and Joe Biden's been James Woods all this time. I'm like, you people realize that James Woods is a pro-Trump Republican, right? Like,
oh yeah,
he ain't he ain't pretending to be a liberal like Joe Biden. Like, man, like get off whatever acid you're taking.
Is clear. It's time to stop watching Disney Star Wars. These people have.
But you're gonna watch it because you need to.
No respect for us. They have no respect for themselves. They have no respect for their own franchise. They don't even respect the characters that they themselves have created, which all goes to show you that really Disney Star Wars is a total failure. There are no breakout characters from that trilogy. There are no.
There is a breakout character from the trilogy. That's why she's getting her own. That's why she's getting her own show, another movie. Her name is Daisy Ridley. She's Bray. So that is a breakout character. Whatever you think of her, I'm sorry. If there's no breakout characters, they would not want to use her again. She's coming back. Also, they gotta redeem Finn, so I think they should bring him back
Finally, make him a Jedi.
or something. Yeah, do something with him at least, right?
That was wasted potential, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
toys in the
See
store.
how like he doesn't talk bad about the Mandalorian, right? I know you made videos about Mandalorian. I wonder what the difference is, right, guys? Why is Mandalorian and Mandalorian? Why are you talking crap about Rey and not Mandalorian? Oh, is it because Rey is a female and Mando's a male? Yeah. You know what? I think you're right, Degrassi. And everybody who's watching that, they're gonna say, "Yeah, we're not gonna see this as crap. We're not gonna see this as rogue." They are gonna see it. Usually, when you say you're not gonna see this, you're not gonna see. Usually, you hear this on Twitter all the time. Oh, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna see this or whatever, or I'm not gonna buy this. Usually gets people the opposite reaction. The opposite reaction is like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy it now. I'm gonna go buy it or watch this now. You're right. Be right, but you know Degrassi. You know he's gonna watch it, right? You know he's gonna go get a ticket to see this movie. We know that.
There are no fans in the seats. This thing is DOA. But hey,
No fans in the seat. $1 billion, 3 movies. I want to check what Rogue One made. I know those 2 solos did not make any money, right? It did not make $1 billion, but Rogue One box office. Rogue One made $1 billion. I did not know that. Rogue One made $1 billion, George. So that's 4 movies
I
in the
knew
last
that.
10 years, right?
Yeah, the only bomb they really had was Solo.
Yeah. So, well, Solo came out at the wrong time. I'll tell you, the reason why I think Solo came out at the wrong time because Infinity War just came out like a month before. That was a mistake on Disney's part. They should never release Solo. Like Solo came out. The Solo came out May 10th. Infinity War came out April 27th in the same year. That was a big mistake on Disney.
What I was saying, like you had Infinity War, you had Deadpool 2 come out.
Yeah. And Deadpool 2, how much did that make?
I think it broke records for R-rated movies
At the time, right?
Yeah, at the time before Joker and Oppenheimer.
And Deadpool 2 made $785 million, May 18th, which I guess is kind of good with Infinity War out. But like, I think releasing Solo when Infinity War, basically a week or 10 days after Infinity War comes out, it was a massive mistake, a huge mistake. That was maybe I don't know. Maybe more, I want to know what the Degrassi saw on that. Do you think that was a mistake releasing Solo basically like a week to 10 days after Infinity War? So of those 5 movies since 2015, 4 made $1 billion. So this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly. Because the evidence tells you otherwise. Yes, Rise of Skywalker, you're probably expecting more, but it still made $1 billion.
turn that ambulance into a hearse, Disney. You keep it up, and let's see where Star Wars is a year or 2 from now. From the center of the...
And I'll guarantee you this, the Mandalorian movie probably do very well.
Yeah, that's going to do well.
So, this guy's talking shit out of his ass.
Does he even have an ass?
Mm-hmm. Stop. That's true. Oh yeah, or some people haven't gone to the theaters or still don't want to go to the theaters. To me, I have noticed that theaters are less emptier than they've been in the past. And money is always an issue, but they're also choosing like the one big movie they're gonna see, right? Like Avatar, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Barbie, like they're moviegoers are being pick more. The general moviegoers are being more picky on what they want to see. I know it since the pandemic.
This is Victor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my
I
friends.
know.
Stay angry.
Yeah, stay angry.
Stay
Yeah.
angry.
This guy is not. Under his mask, you probably could tell he's laughing under his mask, smiling, grinning like the Joker. I said, he's probably like grinning like the Joker. He probably has like a Joker grin under there. Like it's probably green. It's probably like green. He probably has like green hair under there and probably a white face and like a red lipstick over it. He probably does look like the Joker under there. Yes, event movies. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's get rid of this idiot. This video of his. Now.
Well, who's the bigger idiot? The idiot or the idiots that watch him?
The idiots that watch him.
I mean,
But
here's the thing.
We're watching him. We're not idiots.
No,
I'll
no,
just
I'm
add
not
to that,
saying
the
that
ones
we
that
are,
believe
but I'm
him.
saying the idiots who have enabled this
Yeah.
clown since what, like 2017?
Yeah. So
Like, here's the thing:
yeah,
if this guy didn't get so many views, so many subscribers, so many super chats, like this
mhm.
guy would just be some clown you would just like pass by.
So yeah. So
He's
I guess
he's become a household name basically.
so the people that enable him and the people that watch him and that believe him are idiots. Those
And like,
not us.
here's the thing: even when I used to watch Phantom Menace stuff, like when I used to watch Geeks and Gamers before I realized what Geeks and Gamers really was, I wasn't really familiar with Doomcock. In fact, all I heard about him was that he covered the Star Trek stuff. I didn't even know that he covered the Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's hot water. Okay, so
I mean, like I his eyes are blink years, but it's like I remember a few years ago. Remember, like when everyone thought he was the Commodore, which I still think he is, but like
yeah.
when that came out, I remember Max did a stream a few years ago on it, and I remember Brian said something about how like he basically makes these gateway videos where it kind of brings you into this rabbit hole that you just keep going down because he's covering stuff that people don't really talk about.
So
Or they talk about it, but they don't talk about it in a way that normal movie talk pundits talk about, or normal reviewers like Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman.
mm-hmm.
Like they don't cover culture war like this guy does, or they don't say,
they see
or
it
they,
as a joke. They're aware of it and they see like, why do I need to cover this bullshit?
or it's like they criticize the movie
Don't
itself while he criticizes the political stuff. And you see that this is where, if you paid attention to like how politics have gone post 2016, he's taken full advantage of it.
Yeah.
Way before Jeremy Griggs or anyone else did.
So I got another video, kind of a follow up to this, I guess, in a way. But it could be a follow up to anything. So the title of this video we're gonna watch, you can read it right up there. So obviously he's hallucinating or something. I don't know.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. If Camera Pasha is seriously telling him all this information, Camera Pasha, you're a piece of garbage human being. You're basically playing into this man's delusions.
Oh, Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy.
Listen, I'm just saying it right now. Cameron Pasha is definitely the insider that's saying this stuff. Listen, Cameron Pasha is a bitter former Disney employee that just can't get it through his head that his ideas just weren't good enough for the business.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry that they just weren't good enough to Disney standards. And look, I'm not saying that maybe his projects could have worked well with another studio like Universal, but damn, he needs to just move on. And by the way, if every time Cameron Pasha says the word Machiavellian, I would probably be rich and retire from my job.
Yeah. Let's see what
actually, no, I would actually be able to keep working my job.
Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing.
So yeah, this
I want
is
to
even like this is clearly him hallucinating because I don't think Disney thinks about Doomcock. Seriously. I don't think they think about Doomcock.
He takes a
my
victory
channel
lap
members
whenever
for
he thinks
supporting
James
me
Mangold
in
talks about him.
this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this
Promotion.
ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my
I wonder
hidden
how
base
much
at the
money
center of the
it
Earth.
costs to
And
make
I am
all
here
that.
today with a report.
I like how he says his hidden base in the center Earth. Thank you for doxing yourself. So just go to center Earth and find
Dude,
you.
he doxes himself. It's like, seriously, like, what if like the FBI was actually concerned about some guy named Doomcock trying to take over the planet? And it's like, where is this Doomcock guy? Like, he keeps saying he's the center of the Earth.
Oh, he's lucky he does talk. He's lucky he does talk about entertainment, because if he did talk about like really dumb political stuff and saying really dumb hate stuff on YouTube and dressed like this, he probably would get looked at.
Listen, he lucky. I'm just gonna say this. I know he don't talk about politics. He probably votes for Donald Trump. I'm not saying he does or
I
doesn't,
think-
but like if someone in January 6th
think he's a
dressed up like Doomcock and they said, "Oh, I'm dressed up as this guy named Overlord DVD, aka Doomcock," dude, Doomcock would be investigated.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine that? Like one of those January 6th people dressed up like Doomcock, just like breaking into the Capitol.
Doomcock probably has like a space laser gun or something.
Oh my gosh!
Report that apparently I live rent-free in the
Yes,
heads
you
of
live
Disney
rent-free in
executives, and the mere mention of my name is forbidden.
Yes,
in
Catholic Kenny is scared of you, man. You're rent free in her head.
Dude, he wants to be Lord Voldemort so badly. It's like he who must not be named, or you know who.
Oh,
inside the executive suites of Disney. I was first notified of this last week when a longtime source who typically feeds me information about what's happening behind the scenes with Star Trek contacted me
Oh, yeah,
with
he
an
did the Star
update
Trek
from a
video.
friend
Whoa,
of theirs
Star
inside
Trek,
he
Lucasfilm.
did do a Star Trek
It
video.
seems
He
that
did.
Doomcock has gotten under their skin, my friends. And so, like Pharaoh in the Ten Commandments, Iger has proclaimed, "Let the name Doomcock be stricken from every obelisk."
As a Jew, and I'm sure you, because you're a Christian and you know about the history, I'm offended by that. I'm
Oh
fucking
my!
offended by that.
I'm just.
You're not Moses here, Doomcock. You're not Moses.
Listen. He ain't no Messiah. He ain't
No.
no hero. He ain't no martyr. Yo, he ain't. Listen, he ain't even Lord Voldemort, dude. Lord Voldemort's a terrible
This is-
character, but dude, he just some joke. Listen, the only recognition that Disney has probably ever given this guy was those weird stands that were in She-Hulk that had similar masks.
Oh, this is how you discovered that.
Doomcock is how I discovered. Whoa.
Oh, he did talk about Doomcock. He does.
Let the name Doomcock be erased from every tablet. Mine is the unmentionable name inside the Magic Kingdom.
You're not freaking Moses. Okay?
He ain't Moses. Dude, he ain't, he thinks he's the savior of pop culture. Like he's
No, Doomcock. You know what? You're more like the Pharaoh. Because you know why? You don't like females, and you don't like females. You don't like, obviously you don't like people about color or whatever. And what did the Pharaoh? How did the Pharaoh treat the Hebrews? Like slaves. You're closer to the Pharaoh than Moses. I'm sorry. You have the same views as you have more the same views as Pharaoh. And by the way, that Pharaoh picture you used, that was the father who actually appreciated kind of Hebrew, who appreciated Moses. It was the son, if you remember, George, the Ramsey, I forget what number he was, but his son was the one that was harsh towards the Jews, the Hebrews, if I remember correctly. Maybe I don't know.
Man. Look, I'm a Catholic, but I'm so bad at history. With
Yeah.
like here's the thing, I love history, but when it comes to religious history, I'm so bad at it. See, this is why I can't be a religious education teacher. That and the fact that I think confession is one of the most pointless things ever. Although when I feel like I'm dying, I'm probably gonna do it.
So yeah, Doomcock, you're closer to your views are closer to the Pharaoh, because you're not feel like Moses.
Yo, he ain't in the fair. Listen, if anything, this guy's more like the Riddler from the Batman.
That's true.
Like,
No, you give him the Wither too much credit because Wither's intelligent, man.
oh yeah, that's right. If anything,
If you
yo,
if you,
like,
if you could
trying
go
to
up against Batman intelligent wise, then seriously, Doomcock is like one of those villains. Batman would be like, "What the hell am I dealing with?" They would just punch and done.
actually, no. Like, remember Taserface from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
Yeah, that's
2?
Doomcock.
That's basically Doomcock right there. That joke villain. No,
Yeah.
actually, no. What? No, Doomcock. The name Doomcock sounds like this dude would be like a supervillain in a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Yeah.
Like seriously, you know the Bloodman and Chronic comic that like that's based off of them.
Yes.
In the Jay and Silent Bob US universe, Doomcock would be one of those villains that Bluntman and Chronic would fight in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry.
Friends, and what's worse, one particular comment made to Bob Iger about me by an angry investor was
Oh,
particularly
here's
galling,
comment.
according to a source, and I will reveal that comment to you all at the end of this video, just
What?
as
No,
it
wait,
was
how long is
reported
this
to me.
video?
But even so, after all this time,
Wait
I
a
still
minute, you
find
mean to
myself
tell
a
me we
bit
gotta wait 10
confused
minutes
as
for you
to
to tell
why
us?
the mere mention
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a clown.
Oh, Bob
What a
Iger really
grifter.
cares what you think, Doomcock. Bob Iger really thinks what you care, Doomcock. Oh, he really does care. But he's not busy, running a bunch of theme parks, running the business side of things. He really cares. He thinks about you 24/7, or he does.
mention of my name is so triggering to them.
I know. Go figure, right? I mean, you only call Disney a nonprofit company obsessed with agenda over money. You proclaimed it's time to stop watching Disney Star Wars. You leaked critical information about Indiana Jones 5 that screwed up all of their plans. You sing songs.
What you said about Indiana Jones 5
He's
was
still
completely
taking
untrue.
credit for that shit.
Yeah, what you said about Indiana Jones 5 was not true. I forgot. I forgot what he kind of said about Indiana Jones 5. I kind of forgot, but I know it wasn't true. Because
Can I make a guess as to who Doomcock is? What if Doomcock is really Skip Bayless? I mean, they're
Oh my
both
God.
trolls at this point.
Oh my god.
About canceling Disney Plus. You tried to stop the demolition of Splash Mountain. Hey, what's not to love, buddy?
What
I'm
the?
being sarcastic, of course.
Today is the 23rd of November 2023,
Oh my
and Gaza
god.
is still under the
Well, I,
No
for
political
one,
stuff
am
on
being
my
sincere.
commercials. Ads.
From a certain point
I'm
of view,
surprised that's on a
someone
Doomcock
speaking
video.
harsh truths to you is ultimately more of an ally than a friend who just tells you what you want to hear. If Disney was a for-profit company, then they'd be pleased about my videos because they pay all this money for folks.
Yes, Disney takes a look at a guy who wears a mask, wears a costume like this, has like basically a mad scientist kind of look, a mad lab wherever look. Yeah, they really look at you something like this as something that what they got. We should listen to this guy. This guy knows stuff. This guy really knows stuff. Yeah, they're not stupid. They're not insane like you. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. He made a comment just now about saying stuff you want to hear. That's all him and his group ever do. They say the things that people want to hear, not the truth. They want to hear that there's conflict in Disney. They want to hear that that people don't like Kathleen Kennedy and Disney.
Yeah.
He's the definition of someone that says what his audience wants to hear.
You know how on the this is all political here. You know how some people on the right say the left, the really far left, are always angry. Right, they're always protesting. They're always angry. The right are like that too. That's why they make all this stuff. They're really angry. They're like that too, right?
Oh yeah. The far right. No, both extremes are like that.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Charles Barkley said it best. He has this show called King Charles on CNN. Yo, both sides suck.
Mhm.
That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna. That's why one day I hope like we get an independent presidential candidate that actually can
That's
win.
never gonna happen, unfortunately. But
hey, it could happen in my lifetime. I'm only 27 years old.
maybe.
It'll happen when I'm 100.
That'll be a groundbreaking if you do get a non-Republican, non-Democratic president.
Groups and market research and test screenings to get into the heads of their audience members, but here is Doomcock providing all of these services and audience feedback for free. A for-profit company wants to hear customer feedback, criticism, and praise. The few times that Disney has done something right, like The Mandalorian Season 2, Werewolf by Night, or Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I've been right there with the praise, and plenty of it. But each time I praise Disney, they've squandered it and doubled down on the things that alienate fans and kill profits. The Mando Season 2 finale was a thing of beauty, of perfection, that had fans proclaiming with some justification that Star Wars at last was saved. Wrong. They undid all of that amazing progress before even the first episode of Mando Season 3 could air. And Mando Season 3 itself was nothing but garbage mixed in with a smattering of sad.
I'll admit this. Mando 3 wasn't as good as the first 2 seasons, but it wasn't a bad season, but this episode was bad. I'll say that. This episode was terrible. But these two. Oh. You remember this episode with Lizzo and Jack Black? It was just a bad episode.
I mean, first of all, those characters look cringe, although they still look better than anything from Rebel Moon.
And
at mediocrity. They never did anything else with the amazing Werewolf by Night one-off special. Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty much dead following the third movie and Gunn's departure. No, Doomcock gives credit where credit is due. He gives honest appraisals and honest reactions, and that's information that companies need if they're going to thrive. But alas, Disney wants fans to cheer their woke decisions, support their incompetent creators.
Oh, yeah. It's just, I agree, DeGrasse. It's just the problem now is just that I just feel like everything is black and white. There's no in gray anymore where we can't like try to reason with each other. I don't know. It's
like here's the thing. This is what I notice about both sides. One side's obviously more dangerous than the other side.
Yeah.
We have to say that. One side did try, breaking into the Capitol and tried, not confirming an election. But I think what pisses people off, myself included, is that there's this my way or the highway approach that both sides have. And it just frustrates people who are moderate, who are centrists. Because to me, like, moderates try to negotiate as much as they can. And it gets frustrating when, the extreme right and the extreme left are like non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Because then you can't get shit done.
Yeah.
It's like you can't disagree on everything. There's gotta be some agreement. Like, first of all, we can all agree. Like, if you can't all agree that racism is wrong, then you need to go on an island and just stay on that island for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like let's just put it at that. Like, you gotta start agreeing somewhere.
Yeah. It's just but
so like I get why both sides are frustrated. Like, here's the thing. I used to be a Republican before Donald Trump came along. But it's like, even though I'm disgusted and disappointed with how the Republican Party has turned out, it's just there's certain group people on the left that also make it hard for me to want to join the left. Like, I can join the moderates, but I cannot join, certain other people.
What's up, Joe?
Just stream hopping. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Is Doomcock relevant anymore?
No, I'm just finding stuff funny.
Is this a new video of his?
This is his newest video.
Ah,
Yeah. So apparently he lives rent free in Lucasfilms, Disney, and they want to shut him up. They want to Disney forbids any mention of him. His delusions, his hallucinations, and
I guarantee he's not being mentioned around Disney, but it's
oh
probably
no,
because they don't care about him.
No. Cameron Pasha is gonna make this man's ego bigger because he's the insider.
yeah.
But we all know that he's just a disgruntled former Disney employee.
He did have a stream yesterday or two though, talking about Disney and way Star Wars for 2 hours. Unfortunately, he deletes the streams. He doesn't keep the streams up. He deletes them or he privates them. So I can't show some of that. But yeah, this guy's. I mean, what do they say?
Failures and celebrate the stunning lack of basic quality all across the board. Doomcock is no cheerleader, but a harsh critic who demands nothing but excellence. But sadly, Disney is shit out of excellence, and thus apparently they hate me because
Yes.
I won't tell them what they want to hear.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. They if they want your advice, you'll be the first one they call. Hey, Doomcock. Hey, Kathy Kennedy be like to her sister. So give me the Doomcock's phone number. I want to know what we should do with Star Wars. Oh, here you go, Miss, and she's married, right? So Mrs. Kennedy, here you go. Hey, Doomcock. We're really stuck here at Disney. Lucasfilms, can you help us with our Star Wars stuff? Sure. Whatever.
He's not even a good puppeteer.
No.
Like
Oh yeah, I'll pull this up.
Hey, real quick, I do have a sexy picture here for you of
Okay, I'll pull this
Cameron
up.
Pasha on a bearskin rug. Yeah, there he is.
Oh
Cameron Pasha
Oh,
posing
that's good.
sexy on his bearskin rug.
That's good.
Oh my gosh.
I tell them the truth, and the truth is harsh in their Mickey Mouse ears.
So tell us, Doomcock, what have you heard about Disney's attitude toward you? Pray tell, are you persona non grata in the hallowed halls of Disney?
Very well, O Skull of Calderon. Let me tell you the saga of this revelation and give us all a good laugh. So last week, a longtime source who normally shares Star Trek insider info with me contacted me over X, formerly known as Twitter. From time to time, this source is contacted by a friend inside Lucasfilm with tidbits for me to use or not as I see fit. And this time, here's what this source had to say. Quote, "Hey, Lucasfilm guy says Disney CEOs will not speak the name Doomcock, and if you said it, you would probably be fired and
This guy is so This guy is so full of himself. Like seriously, he's such an arrogant piece of shit with his bullshit lies. He's so full of himself. Like he wants Disney to talk about him. Like how narcissistic do you have to be for that? To be like that, huh? To want a company to talk about just you, and like seriously, like.
Yo, you know that old
You
Martin
said
Scorsese movie King of Comedy?
Anthony.
He's basically Robert De Niro's character right now.
Like
he's so obsessed with Disney talking about him.
The thing I find funny about a guy like Doomcock is he's gotten to the point where even the other fandom menace guys have distanced themselves from him. He's like the new Mecha Random. It's like when you get to a certain point, it's like it's like when the worst people in the world are like, yeah, we don't want anything to do with you anymore. It's like just sad.
The Batman rumor from like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, no, it was 2021, because the movie came out a year later. With that, the supposedly Zoe Kravitz and Robert Parrish and were having like sex on the Batmobile during the filming of the Batman or whatever. Like, probably not during the actual filming part, but like on production, right? And I think that's when they started to sway away from him and stay away from him, right? Like,
Well, here's the thing. Around that time,
Kittle,
no,
not the
that's
best
what
guy
I wanted
either.
to
But like
say.
seriously,
Ryan Kittle made fun of Doomcock. Doomcock got offended by it. Jeremy said, "Good for you if you believe Doomcock's rumors. I don't."
I don't.
And then Doomcock got offended, saying Jeremy Griggs is becoming my enemy or something like that. Or it's like, and then he was like, he did a U-turn and said, "Wait, we're on the same side. We're still allies."
Then I think he hurt himself even further when he went after the one guy with a sense of legitimacy who still talked to him, which was Robert Meyer Burnett. It's like, think what you think of Robert Meyer Burnett, but he has worked in the industry. He is on the Campion show, which is not considered to be, one of these loony shows. So he has an air of legitimacy about him. And then he goes after him with Star Trek going, oh, Picard is going to suck. And then everyone saw Picard and everybody liked Picard. And then he doubled down and was like, see, it was garbage. It was like, it's just little by little.
They call him Buckethead.
Buckethead?
Indeed,
part of my
Harvey
language,
Cthulhu.
but what the?
And I wear
like,
that name with pride. Folks, as a reader of old
Buckethead.
comic books, I know that Stan Lee called many of his superheroes by similar names. Daredevil was Hornhead, Iron Man was Shellhead, Spider-Man was Webhead. So I don't view that as an insult.
First of all,
but
those were the villains.
Redhead
that
was
said
an
that.
insult. That name was an insult by the villains. They would call him Redhead. That's as an insult to name.
Also, nobody calls him Buckethead. Everybody calls him Bedpan Head.
Yeah.
I have heard people all over the internet refer to him as Bedpan Head. Nobody's saying bucket.
term of honor. Because if the bigwigs at Disney refuse to even say my name, hey, that means I've succeeded in making an impact.
No, it means you don't give a damn about you. They don't care. That's what it means.
They don't say my name either.
Yeah, they'll say what?
Because they're afraid of me.
Yeah, we'll make videos about Star Wars. You think they're gonna say my name? You're gonna say Joel's name? You're gonna say George's name? First of all, in order for you to take seriously, you better show your face. I think the number one thing, you have to show a face. Right? Like seriously, you have to show a face.
But you know what? Somebody once compared, because I said the same thing. I said, like, this guy's a coward, he won't even show his face. And they compared him to Max. And they were good at the time, Max wore a mask still.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you appear on streams with a guy who wears a mask. And I go, yes, but he's not breaking rumors. He's not going out there going, I have a source who tells me. It's like he's discussing the things that are in the news, but he's not putting things out there and putting himself on the line going, I know things you don't know. This guy is doing that, but he's too cowardly to show who he is.
Yep, that's the difference. Yeah.
Being heard. I knew this was the case, of course. After all, She-Hulk took aim at me during an episode, trying to mock me, but only succeeding in boosting me and elevating my profile. You know, you've made...
You ever heard of hacker groups? They do the exact same thing. You have masks or, you ever heard of groups? Other groups?
Anonymous.
Who were the guys
Anonymous.
wearing there were those guys wearing the V for Vendetta masks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gangs wear masks. Some gangs wear masks. And some gangs with their views, some views like you, they wear masks.
an impact when you're drawing flack, that means you're over the target, as I was with my Indiana Jones 5 coverage, which prompted Indy 5 director James Mangold to call me out by name on Twitter as a troll and basement dweller, even as report after report I was making about Indy 5 was being confirmed. Not just by mainstream news.
No, you said the actress, the Phoebe Waller-Clark, was going to place Indiana Jones, and clearly, all three of us watched the movie. That was not the case.
Yeah, he did the complete bullshit thing of putting something out there and going, "This is what's going to happen." My sources tell me, and then coming out and going, Now my sources told me they're changing the ending because of the negative, and that just allows him to come back later and go, see, they changed it because they were afraid. And it's like, no, that never was the ending. Like that never was there. But he covered his ass. He's like, oh, they changed it because of me.
Right? They try to find a way to cover their ass and double down. Yeah.
outlets, but in one case, John Williams himself. The hashtag Doomcock was right has trended on Twitter, as has the name Doomcock itself.
Unfortunately, I've seen
All
that.
of these things indicate that Doomcock has made a significant impact in the war to save pop culture. Even so, I am still a bit surprised that they refuse to speak my name, as if so.
Doomcock. Seriously. I don't know what you're like. Seriously, where the
You telling a guy to be serious that's wearing
Hey,
that ridiculous outfit.
Gotham was real. If Gotham was real, I'll call Arkham Asylum and be like, "Are you missing a patient?"
Doomcock hates it. He hates it if you call him Gil.
He
He can't stand that.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it's his real name. He does not like people call.
Really?
It's one of the reasons that he's blocked so many people on Twitter. He doesn't block me. I've gone after him so many times. He doesn't block me because I always call him Gil when I call him out. And I think I think he like can't block me because he needs to keep an eye on me. Like, how does this guy know my name? Because I was the one who told everyone else's name.
A multi-billion-dollar business is not going to contact a guy who wears a freaking helmet to cover his face, okay, for ideas. They're going to look at you as a lunatic and not a sane person. Someone who should be like in an asylum or like in a hospital, a mental hospital, not someone who should be in an office giving ideas. Like, seriously, any real successful business will not look at someone like this for someone to give ideas. I'm sorry. Kill Brave Dead. Oh, bravo.
Someone saying it 3 times might make me appear in the mirror of Iger's special bathroom. So while I was tickled,
Doomcock, the only way you get recognized by serious business people is maybe in a fictional universe, because maybe in like a DC Marvel universe, because a lot of people do wear masks in the Marvel DC universe, whether heroes or villains. That you'll be taken seriously. Lex Luthor might take it seriously for ideas, how to take down Batman or Superman. But this is the real world, buddy. This is the real world. It doesn't work like that.
by this report, I wanted to see if I could verify it before sharing it with you all. So yesterday, I spoke directly to one of my most senior and trusted Hollywood spies. We discussed various rumors coming in from our network of sources, and then towards the end, I told him.
So I know you came in late, Crazy Joe, but he did a video saying what the script of the Ray movie is supposed to be. So George and I, we were listening to it along with the chat. So he said Ray was going to have like twins, right? A boy and a girl, and the boy's going to turn to the dark side, and it's going to kill Ray, and then the sister is going to try to convince him to come back to the good side, to the light side. That's what he said. That's what he said. The plot to the Ray movie is going to be.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Oh my goodness.
And Degrassi, the only reason I know his name is Gil, I don't know who Gil Bavel is, but the only reason I know his name is Gil is because several years ago, he joined like a live stream, like a panel live stream, and he forgot to change his name.
Yes, he did.
And it came up as Gil, and then they've since deleted that stream. But
yes,
but he was listed like as Gil when he popped up into the stream.
any live streams you find Doomcock on, you always get deleted. He deletes all his streams. I mean, he has some streams up from like years ago, but like there's newer streams. Every time he streams something new, he'll delete them or private. Because I know he's streaming right now. Let me see. Because he is streaming right now. Yeah, he's streaming right now.
Yeah, Degrassi, I was actually the one who told Enosh about that.
Yeah.
We call him
this tip I had gotten.
What do
We
you call
called him Commandant Gill because he also
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
like it when you call him the Commandant.
Yeah, I remember that too.
The Disney will not even say my name or allow it to be said.
Allow
As
it.
I was telling this,
You can't say
grin-
Doomcock's name or you're gonna get fired. Bob Iger makes it a rule. If you say Doomcock, you're fired. Kevin Feige, if you say Doomcock, you're fired. Kevin Kennedy, if you say Doomcock, you're fired. So stupid. Yeah, I know. Derpcock.
came over my Hollywood spy's face, and he looked like he wanted to interrupt, but he let me play it out, and when I came to the part about Buckethead, he laughed and nodded. He confirmed that, yeah, they've known this for a long time. It's absolutely true, he confirmed. I upset them so much, they can't even bear to
See,
say my name.
Look at that blurb. You'll never work in this town again, Mickey. Doomcock, you don't even work in, like, I know it's supposed to reference to, but it doesn't make sense here because Doomcock never worked in Hollywood. So it doesn't, so this kind of backfires on him.
He doesn't have sources either. He likes to
Yeah, that's
pretend
true
he's
too.
oh, my source called me. It's like you don't have a source, man. There's no source.
Yes. You know what you look like? You look like a luchador wrestler in that car video. Somebody like a wrestler back in the day with the mask and like that.
I mean, to be fair, he needed a mask because are you really gonna go walk around in that goofy looking mask?
It was Nacho Libre, basically like kind of like
Not
Nacho
totally right.
Libre. Jack Black.
Name. And he also added, independently, that if you mention my name directly, it can lead to you getting canned, just like the individual I reported on several years ago who made the mistake of saying get woke, go broke during a meeting and was summarily fired. I
This guy's an idiot. Oh.
guess they're kind of tetchy that way.
They're tetchy, as you say, for two reasons, Doomcock. You're too accurate when it comes to the rumors you report, and you're funny. Your videos are loaded not simply with angry ranting, but with...
When you have to use something like this in a puppet to say you're funny, it means you're not funny. You're not funny.
No, you're
That is-
desperate.
Yeah,
It's
that's
also they talk about how accurate he is. I've
Yeah.
said this a million times. I know Junkman said this a million times too. He's never been right even one time. He's never, you'd think with the amount of shit he throws at the wall, something would eventually stick. Nothing. And the one thing his mindless sheep viewers always go to, if you tell them that, if you go, he's never been right, they always go, he predicted the plot of The Rise of Skywalker. And it's like, no, he didn't. He
No.
read it off of Reddit. Somebody else leaked it, posted it to Reddit, and that was not him. That was not any of his sources. He found it on Reddit. He has never gotten anything right. It's actually impressive that he hasn't stumbled onto something real eventually.
It's really sad because I made videos just for the fun of it, making up rumors just for the hell of it, because the kind of make fun of scoopers, right? And some of my stuff I made up actually came true. Like George Clooney appearing the Flash, that actually came true before Grace reported it. And I have evidence, right, George? You saw it. I have evidence to back that up. DeGrassi saw that, right? I have evidence to back that up, right?
Yeah.
It was just so stuff I made up actually came true. Came true.
And there is nothing SJWs hate worse than humor, because they don't understand it. They have no sense of humor.
We do have a
and they
sense
have
of
no idea how
I
to
think they do.
counteract a humorous attack. Indeed, their rebuttals only make them bigger targets for more
Are you
humor.
telling me you're not SJW, a social justice warrior, trying to get your trying to get wherever you're trying to get the things across, your points across? Does that just make him an SJW?
It also doesn't make sense when you consider the fact that almost every single comedian working today leans liberal. So
Yeah.
it's like it's like you can count on one hand the number of conservative comics. So it's like, how do they not have a sense of humor?
Yeah, that's true.
and the cycle of abuse goes on.
I think you may be onto something, O Skull of Collarone. Yes, they will not
I
allow
think
the
you're onto a Scholar Collarbone. You do the voice for that guy. Come on, you do the we know he does the voices for those characters. He's talking to himself.
Do you think he shoots
bizarre.
new videos? Like, do you think like this is like a new video he shot, or do you think he has one video of him just standing in a mask going like this, and he just dubs new dialogue over it?
He uses I don't know. That's a good question.
He makes the same hand gestures, and he stands in the same setting.
I mean,
He probably does
yeah.
voiceover.
Doomcock to be spoken in their presence, but wait, there's more. Apparently, Disney investors watch my channel, and they are not happy with the common sense view I'm laying out. Indeed, investors are asking uncomfortable questions that Disney does
What are the
not
questions?
want aired.
What are the questions?
Here is a comment, a rumored
Okay, here we
comment,
go.
that an investor reportedly made to Iger himself. This is what my source said. Quote, I cannot say this is true, but the rumor is an angry stockholder told Bob if Disney had two brain cells to rub together, they would fire him and make Buckethead the new CEO.
You know that. Well, Buckethead to be CEO. Oh my god.
Yes, Disney investors definitely want a rando from the internet
This
who's known for saying racist and sexist things running a billion-dollar company. That's
I
what
think he really
everyone
thinks.
wants.
I think he really does think he lives like in a fictional world.
Even if he didn't say that stuff, like who would trust some unknown guy with some weird mask with a name that sounds like a villain name in a Kevin Smith movie?
I would trust
Seriously,
Lex Luthor
Doomcock,
over you.
I
Okay.
was, as I was saying to Aaron before, Doomcock sounds like the name of a villain Bloodman and Chronic from the Jay and Silent Bob movies would fight.
Yeah, the cock knocker.
I would trust.
Yeah,
I would trust Lex
exactly.
Luthor.
Like that's what I mean.
I would trust Kingpin running Disney over Doomcock because I know Kingpin will find a way to make money. Even though probably at the expense of others, but
Yo, Doomcock, he so badly wants to be you know who to these
Yes.
people like Voldemort's you know who in the Harry Potter universe.
he doesn't have
Dude,
intelligence to be like those guys. So
Yo, I know Voldemort likes to go after Muggles in Harry Potter. He would just laugh at Doomcock and just go to the next one.
you know, Doomcock is just back. It's basically Butters as Captain Chaos.
Fucking hysterical. Unquote.
Yo, he just laughing like at his own jokes.
And you know what's funny about that? The fake laugh. Like the fake laugh. That fake like that's how you know he doesn't believe his own shit.
Oh, shit. Well, it's true, isn't it? You're not a business guy, Doomcock, but you at least know that to prosper in business, generally you want to provide a product or service that's in demand. And there's no demand for the sequel trilogy, no demand for the MCU, no demand for Disney Plus kids programming.
Yo, why you gotta bring up kids programming? That's for little kids, dude.
Wrong. This is wrong. Hey, Doomcock. If there's no demand for the MCU, no demand for Star Wars, what are you gonna talk about? What are you gonna talk about? What are you gonna talk about? This all gone.
I mean, he can rant about James Gunn ruining DC. Isn't he trying to say
I kind of agree to you guys.
Is he trying to say the Zelda movie is gonna be woke? He can rant about
Well,
that.
yeah,
Hey,
yes, that Zelda
They
stuff.
run into problems though, because they always find someone to champion. Like they have to have an A and a B. They have to have the villain and the hero. And James Gunn, they kind of rallied around because Kevin Feige was ruining Marvel, but Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy, finally a step in the right direction because
Kevin Feige gave us a successful, universe. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta run.
All right.
I'm working. I gotta close out some sites.
Take
See
care,
you
Joe.
later.
Take care,
Take
Joe.
care,
Thank you for
Crazy
coming
Joe.
in. This guy Doomcock's a total tool.
Loaded with LGBTQIA MOUSE propaganda. As CEO, you'd at least raise the quality of movies and shows and stop trying to ram shit people don't want down their throats and have to
Joe,
pay for it.
why are you
No,
ramming
Harvey,
lies
those
down
things
people's
I
throats?
would not do. Personally, I think I'm one of the best.
Man, people wanted the Mandalorian movie. People wanted Mandalorian in a movie. I remember there's a demand for that, George. You remember?
I definitely would. I'm more excited for that than a Ray movie.
Yeah. Like,
Friends that Disney investors have because I give valuable customer feedback. The only problem
yeah,
is
valuable, huh?
that feedback is not what Disney wants to hear. And thus, if you're ever in the halls of Disney, speak my name at your own risk. Fair warning from the future ruler of Earth. From the center of the
Find
earth,
it.
this is
Come
Victor
on,
Van
hurry, buddy. I
Doomcock
want to
bidding
see
you all, my
Zelda.
friends, stay angry.
No. George, I'll be
Dude,
right back when I get a drink. So if you want to say something, go ahead.
I
If
just
not,
want. I just gotta say, like, he keeps saying stay angry. Yo, like, first of all, being angry all the time isn't good for your mental health. It ain't good for your body. Second of all, anyone who trusts a guy in a mask, not knowing their identity, who says the weirdest stuff, who talks to a glowing skull and a stuffed puppet. I don't know who would trust someone like that to run a company. Especially one like Disney. I wouldn't even trust that guy to run his own to run the quick stop, like a quick stop store.
Clerks, I believe you, DeGrasse. Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. Forget trusting a guy like Doomcock to run Disney. Would you trust this guy to run something like the quick stop from Clerks?
No.
Would you trust this guy to run like a video rental store if those were still around?
I want to let him run any business.
Like that's what I mean. Like first of all, like you're such a joke. I wouldn't trust you to run the pizza place not that far from my house.
No.
Will we seriously trust you to run a company that's geared towards families? I mean,
You know what?
it's like I keep saying, the dude has a name that fits perfectly well in like a Kevin Smith movie, and I don't even think and Kevin Smith wouldn't even hire him to star in his movie.
Man, you gotta you need to keep this guy away from kids.
Yo,
Seriously.
like I'm very curious, like if he's got family.
If you
And,
saw
like-
this guy go to your school, George, you obviously would call the cops, right? Near your kids, you would call the cops. You see a
Yo, first of all, if I ever saw any kid on any of their devices watching a Doomcock video, I would take that device away and call my supervisor up and tell him exactly what they were watching.
Yeah.
And like let him know why I'm not okay with seeing this. And to let him know so that way we wouldn't have this problem again. Listen, I've told you so many times about the 12-year-old who I think is now like 18 years old that basically told me he watches Geeks and Gamers and all this other stuff. Like this was back in 2018.
Okay.
Or 2019. I can't honestly remember what year. It was 2018. I'm pretty sure because he said something really bizarre about George H.W. Bush burning in hell because he didn't support Donald Trump. In 2018 was the year H.W. Bush passed away. But it's like
that's adults, man. That's the parents.
Yeah, it's like. But here's the thing. I'm very curious because he's got this cool looking setup. Like I'll give it a Doomcock. He presents his videos well with the setup and the costume.
Presentation?
Yeah, the presentation. But it's like, does anyone ever does this guy have like a social life? Does he got like friends and family that come over to his house?
Apparently he has a real family, but
it's like, what does he tell them? Like if they discover stuff, like discovering this, it's almost as big as Anastasia Steele discovering Christian Grey's playroom full of BDSM gear. Like I'm dead serious. Like, what would you do if you found out that someone that you know, family member, friend, whatever, has all this stuff and is pretending to be some overlord in the center of the earth?
All right.
Like, I'm just wondering, like, what you would do if you found that out.
All right. So moving on from, I guess, Star Wars. I hope Lightning comes in, but I don't think he is. He hasn't said anything.
I mean, I'm here to cover the
Yeah,
help
yeah,
cover the
okay.
Zelda stuff at least. So
Okay, so
I would
obviously,
love to hear Blinded's take on this as well.
yeah, me
So.
too. Maybe when he comes to next stream, maybe tomorrow if he comes on, I'll ask him about it. Maybe we'll watch it like backstage or something again. Yes, take. I don't want. Okay, but so yeah, I obviously see the title: Nintendo fighting pressure to make Legend of Zelda Rogue. Source asks me to get the fans a message, so we're gonna listen to what he has to say. And we know what kind of garbage he's gonna say, but let's see what he has to say. Let's see what kind of garbage it is.
Folks, thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting this channel. If you enjoyed this video and you have not subscribed to answer each and every one I receive, help us keep fighting to save pop culture because the forces of wokeness are stacked against us. Thanks for watching, and now, on to the video.
Who's
Greetings,
laughing
my
in the
friends.
background? Like,
I am Dictator
Yeah, I
Van
thought
Doomcock, the
like
future ruler of
you're not
Earth,
the only one who heard that.
broadcasting from my hidden
Good.
base
Yo,
at the
he
center
changed the
of the
setup
Earth.
finally.
And I am here today because a source inside Nintendo has reached out to me, asking me for help to get out an important message to fans about the
Was it
coming
Mario?
Legend of Zelda movie.
Mario?
From what this
Did
source
Mario
says,
tell you? Did Mario tell you?
there's a great deal of pressure being brought on Nintendo to make this film version of the classic video game
By the way,
woke.
Sony's making this film. So, and Nintendo is covering Nintendo. We'll see.
And they wanted to get the word out to fans about the struggle that's going on behind the scenes and to reassure fans that Nintendo is taking a bold stand in this instance.
This movie was announced like 2 months ago. Relax, man. There's not going to
Like,
be no fight behind the scenes.
I doubt a script has been written for this movie yet.
No, they just announced a
Also-
director and like.
Here's the
Sony.
thing. Wes Ball's directing this movie. Now, I know Wes Ball hasn't had the best
Track
directing resume so far, but if he impresses with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which
Yeah.
I honestly think he will because that first trailer looked incredible, I'm not going to be that concerned about the Legend of Zelda movie.
Yeah.
And ask for the fans' help.
I'm not surprised there's pressure, man.
Where the hell did he
This
come
woke
from?
plague infects healthy companies and franchises and rots them out from the inside. It's a disgusting thing, dude. But unfortunately, these days it's standard operating procedure for Hollywood. Although at this point,
I know what he's talking about. They're gonna make Link a girl, right? They're gonna gender bend Link. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna gender bend Link. No, I'm kidding.
after all these years of infection, people are building up a natural resistance to the woke virus. After all, Google is backing away from the
Tell us why. We
ESG
don't
and
care about the
DEI
freaking doll.
nonsense, having seen for themselves.
She's like, we know what you're talking. We know you do. You know, like Doomcock. You're talking to yourself. The puppet in the skull is himself doing the voiceovers. He's talking to himself. Like seriously,
It's not profitable, and
this is like a version of multipersonal disorder. Like I think he has like maybe he does have multipersonal disorder. I don't know, because like
I mean, who really knows at this point?
no, it can't
Like,
be because they kind of the same views, right? George kind of the same views. It can't really.
I mean, here's the thing. It's not like there's Lenny the woke parrot that keeps going. Women power. Ray is our hero. Like it ain't like
many
it ain't
other
like we got
companies
something like
are following suit. That said, I wasn't even aware there was a Legend of Zelda movie coming. I find it disturbing.
Why does
So
that.
my point stands. My point stands, right? Because let's be honest, we know, like I said, we know that those two characters are basically the same. It's Doomcock. It's the same guy, and
Well,
that
that's the disturbing thing. Like
he didn't know it was
what's
coming. How does he
disturbing-
know that?
What's disturbing is the fact that this guy is basically talking to himself with making 3 different voices and just trying to make his own ego bigger. It's like I don't know, like anyone knows like Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, how like there's Norman Bates and then there's the mother personality.
I'll take him over Doomcock, honestly.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Doomcock's got like three different personalities going on here. Actually, 4. I mean, there's whatever this guy does during the day when he's not dressed up as
when he
as
streams,
this
he's
pinhead.
normal. When he streams, he has his normal voice. He's like he sings, he has a normal voice, he doesn't talk
Yeah,
like that.
well, when he's being normal, I guess that's like his personality. Then there's the Doomcock one.
Yeah.
Then there's the Commandant, and then there's the Skull one. It's like
I think
the
it's failed
dude's
acting.
basically this dude's basically like a modern day Norman Bates.
I think this guy failed at acting. I think this guy tried to be the actor and it was rejected.
I mean, here's the thing: the Phantom Menace, like they consist of people who have failed at stuff. Like Jesse Milestone was a failed comedian. Josiah Rises was a failed filmmaker.
And they're probably blaming their views on the reason why.
So it's like when they fail, they just taking their frustrations out on the industry. I don't even know if it's about their political views. It's just the fact that they have failed.
Disturbing, O Skull of Calderon.
Because my ex-wife's name is Zelda. The very mention of her name makes a chill run down my spine. Well, theoretically. I have no idea where my spine is, nor do I know where my balls are at this point.
Did he say his ex-wife? What? What? Did he say he had an ex-wife from Zelda? Somebody said.
Yo, how's the head get married?
I don't know.
Though wherever they are, I'm certain Zelda is there, busting them.
Sadly for you, my vanquished foe, you're going to be hearing a lot about Zelda in the coming year because the movie is in production. For those of you
No, it's not. It hasn't been written yet. You might be setting up. It might be setting maybe pre-production, but it's not really in production yet. It's in development. It's in development right now. It was just announced like a month or 2 ago. It's in development. I don't even think I don't even know if they have a writer on it yet. I know they have a director. I don't even know if they have a writer. They probably. But seriously, it's not in production. Idiot.
who, like the Skull of Calderon, don't know about this. They announced the Legend of Zelda movie last November, and Esquire made the following up.
2 months ago, exactly, Doomcock. So how do you know this?
Update, quote, "The Legend of Zelda may be a massive open world game, but our little hero is about to enter an even larger universe, the real world. According to Nintendo, a live-action The Legend of Zelda film produced by creator Shigeru Miyamoto is in development. Wes Ball, the director of the Maze Runner series and the upcoming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, will helm the project. Nintendo will partner with Sony to distribute the movie, as well as producer Avi Arad and screenwriter Derek Connolly, created by Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka back in 1986. The celebrated video game series follows an elf-like knight who fights to save Princess Zelda from a tyrannical demon warlord named Ganon. Those are the basics, my friends. And with that out of the way, now we come to what I've been told about the fight to ruin the Legend of Zelda movie by Walt.
How could he be in production? They didn't even cast anybody yet. Oh my God.
Bankers who want to weigh it down with the message, TM.
What's the message?
At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by a source inside Nintendo through my Hollywood spies, but since I cannot personally confirm what I've been told, I am presenting this solely as
recorded over and over. This is not the same. He doesn't say this in every video. I mean, he doesn't when he records his videos. What I mean is like he doesn't say this in the video he's recording, you could tell this is probably like always a recording, right? This part especially. Chris, this is why do you...
It's unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So towards the end of November 2023, I was contacted by my Hollywood spies who sent me the following report. Quote,
Just listen.
our source with Nintendo has sent us a message. The source told us, quote, if you would pass along a message to DVD
Yes.
telling him the following.
Nintendo contacted you, Doomcock. Like how Lucasfilms, you want Lucasfilms to contact you, but they decided to shun away from you, right? Yes, Nintendo. Nintendo decided to contact you. Yeah, Nintendo contact. Hey, you know what? Nintendo's office is just contact Doomcock.
Let him know that Nintendo is under immense pressure to make Link not the hero and make the princess the one that saves him. Nintendo has told them to go pound sand, but there is a campaign to try and convince as many people that it will be woke, so these people will avoid it. Unquote.
Oh boy, here we go. They want to make Link the hero of this venerable video game franchise that's been around since the 80s. They want to make Link a damsel in distress, and they want to make Princess Zelda.
Has he not know that Zelda has actually helped Link before?
I mean, yeah, like here's the thing. She's done more than Princess Peach has done in the Mario games. I mean, here's the thing. Like Zelda's always played a crucial role. Well, maybe not always, but in since like Ocarina, at least as far as I remember, Ocarina of Time has played a crucial role in helping Link defeat Ganon.
Yeah, she is, since Ocarina of Time, she has not really been a damsel in distress. She's actually been something that's like a very strong character.
I mean, yeah, Link's had to save her, but like once Link saves her,
Yeah.
like she helps him.
Yeah.
Zelda, a stunning, brave woman that saves him. Yawn. Again, this bullshit will make every Zelda fan puke up massive piles of 8-bit pixels.
Have you played Zelda games
That's how
lately?
I felt.
I don't think he has. I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, Zelda is not the same. You're playing Tears. Zelda is in the past and stuff, but she helps, recruit. She helps like stuff like that. She has a bigger role and stuff in aligning herself, right? So like seriously, like a strong character doesn't always mean fighting. There's not other ways to be strong characters, building up relationships, building up alliances, and as a princess, as a princess, you're part of the royal family, you're part of a family. That's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
When I heard this, when I got this update, I had many questions, particularly who is they? Who exactly is trying to force Nintendo into making the movie a twisted woke parody of what it's supposed to be?
Who's the?
I asked my spies for follow-up, and here's what they told me. Quote,
we're gonna end it.
Our source got back with us on this, and all they would say is people that are aligned with BlackRock and Vanguard. The source didn't want to reveal the exact people behind this. However, they did say that it would be helpful if you just get the word out that the forces of the woke and their bought and paid for media are trying to push a narrative that Nintendo is changing Zelda, and that's completely false.
What vile villainy! Are you telling us that these forces of woke are planning to sabotage Legend of Zelda by poisoning the fans against it?
That is the implication here, Stellar Calderon. From what I can gather,
I can tell you one thing. I don't think this guy's played Zelda for a very long time. You could.
Like that's what I mean. Like he probably has. I mean, he's going back to like the 1980s. It's like, have you played the modern games since like, let's see, Ocarina of Time came out like the late 90s, like
95, 96, 97, around there maybe.
I think like well, let's see, Majora's Mask came out 2000. I think Ocarina came out 98.
Yeah.
So like late 90s, early 2000s, like when you saw a shift in like how Zelda's character was handled, no one's complained.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden
These
it's a
BlackRock
complaint.
Vanguard allies, probably executives inside Sony who are trying to enforce the will of their woke masters, were
Woke
trying to bully
masters.
Nintendo into changing Legend of Zelda.
They're woke masters. Like slaves have masters, woke masters. It's like the woke people in Sony are enforcing the people under them to forcing them like slaves to make this a woke movie. That's what he's trying to say. Woke masters. That's never a good term to use. Masters. Okay. It's never.
It's like I can totally see it if Doomcock wasn't doing this kind of stuff. Doomcock would be pulling a J Station and making controversial videos like buying people off the dark web.
Mm-hmm.
No, like, and I'm being serious. Like, that stuff is so cringe, but like, I can see him doing something stupid.
Okay.
Zelda to make Princess Zelda the hero and have Link.
This is a picture
be
he
the damsel in
uses?
distress who needs to be rescued. Since we can no longer, in this brave new woke, have men being heroic.
Yo,
Nintendo told them to fuck
picks,
off.
like,
no one
the
is
weakest
changing their
representation.
IP.
Here's a problem, Doomcock.
Okay,
So-
okay. Here's the thing: he's using the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch,
Yeah.
and not like
He's
Breath
not.
of the
Zelda's
Wild
not
or
even in
Twilight
it.
Princess. Yeah, exactly.
Zelda's not even in that game. And here's the thing. Link doesn't talk. And people, that's gonna upset. That might upset people. But you're gonna need Link to talk in this film. Otherwise, you're gonna have Zelda talk for him. Maybe it could be like Echo. I don't know.
Sony then came back at them, according to this source, saying, well, how about you just make her the hero in the first movie, then in the sequel, Link can go back to being the hero. And Nintendo told them to go fuck themselves again. Nintendo is
I'm pretty sure Nintendo did not tell them to go F themselves.
not taking any bullshit after the success of the Super Mario.
Because it's being written right now, and it's not in production, like you said. Okay, that's not how it works. Whatever.
Brothers
See,
movie.
but
They
this is
don't
what I
need
don't
to.
get. Like,
They know what sells.
Nintendo is really mad. Like, wouldn't Nintendo just like pull out and say, no, we don't want
Go
this?
to another studio, maybe.
Yeah, so it's like, why? They're so mad. Why the hell are they still allowing this?
This is the same people that ran for Mario for being woke because of Princess Peach, and I'm like, she leads a kingdom. What do you think a princess is supposed to do? What do you think royalty is supposed to do? Seriously.
And woke ain't it.
What do you
And
think Zelda's supposed to do? I mean, Link is the hero, but what do you think Zelda does? She leads a kingdom. You don't think she's an army? She's not supposed to tell her army what to do? That protect Hyrule? Like, seriously.
Nintendo is still in the business, surprise, surprise, of making money. At this point, unable to make Nintendo bend the knee, the forces of woke are now prepared to launch a campaign wherein they try to convince the public that Legend of Zelda is woke, to sabotage it and kill it at the box office. See, this is a new tactic, folks. This is a very important one to pay attention to. They think, well, if we can't make the movie woke, we can make the public believe it's woke in advance. And that way, we get a propaganda win because fans will stay away.
Here's the thing. He's going to say every single thing is going to be woke. Whatever movies come up, whatever TV shows come up, he's going to say it's woke. Seriously.
Away from the theater, and thus we win again and send out the message to studios, you might as well play along with our woke agenda, because if you don't, we'll still lie and smear you with it, and in the wider public perception, the movie will be remembered as woke anyway by people who didn't see it.
This is diabolical, Doomcock. Truly
Diabolical, man. Diabolical.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised
diabolical,
if
George.
my
It's
ex-wife
diabolical on
Zelda
the
is
point of
involved
Nintendo.
somehow.
Sonny,
This
diabolical.
sounds like her MO. Even when she can't bust your balls, she makes you think about getting your balls busted.
This is
Oh
this
my
is why-
god.
This is why you can't grow a female audience with people like this, because these people are telling you females are only supposed to be treated as rescue objects, as damsels in distress. Like seriously, right? Like
It's like
a
listen,
man
listen
has to do everything.
the
A man has
damsel
to
in
do everything.
listen, the damsel in distress trope is never gonna go away, but it's like we've seen that like you can do more with the female characters and just have them as damsels. And look, just because the female character takes a more active role doesn't mean that the male characters are gonna be manzels in distress or whatever that they call them.
I hate these people. These people. We're talking specifically to comics, right? Oh, it's gonna be woke because you're gonna have like female-led characters in these movies, stuff like that. Newsflash: Wonder Woman, 1940s, 50s. That led to a big movement. Wonder Woman, X-Men, X-Men. What did that represent? What did that represent? What did Black Panther represent? Sorry, like. And these people claim they like the old comics, how comics were, right? Or how Star Wars were. I'm like, didn't he never really pay attention to comics, what comics meant? Okay? You took the message of what comics meant the wrong way, the opposite way. Because comics, general stories are always a progressive medium. Always. Always.
Yeah, that's true. They are more they always lean more progressive. It's weird. Some of these people they champion Stan Lee when Stan Lee
It's progressive
not-
himself.
yeah. I mean, here's the thing, and William from the Science Center has brought this up like before. A lot of these heroes were written by Jewish writers at a time when, World War II was happening, and we know what was happening over in Europe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even afterwards, even after the war, Jewish writers were still writing these characters.
Superman and Captain America are big in the 40s during the war. Like
And
the
like
military.
you gotta
the
remember,
mil-
Stan Lee,
yeah.
like Black Panther was written in the 1960s
Yeah.
when segregation was still a thing.
Civil rights movements, all that.
The X-Men was like tying into that, like Magneto and Professor X. I don't know if they're based on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, but there was definitely
No,
similarities.
they're not. They're actually based on Nazism.
But I understand why people see
Yeah.
the similarities between the two.
Yeah. Kind of like Professor Magneto kind of took the view of the Nazis as because the Nazis said they're the superior race, right? The Nazis thought them a superior race. So Magneto's view is that the mutants are superior race than humans, right? And yeah, but you're right. Like these people that hate the MCU and stuff like that, and they want the comic book movies to be like what they read back in the day. Obviously did not understand the meanings of comics. Never understood the meaning of a comic book, what they represented. Obviously. It's,
I don't even have mine anymore, and I'm still wincing. This is the new woke way.
Indeed it is, O Skull of Calderon. It sounds to me like they're trying a new tactic here. Lies and blackmail. Either buy our woke brand of protection, or we'll slander your movie anyway and kill your project.
that's not blackmail, Doomcock. That's not what blackmail means. George, I don't think he knows what blackmail means.
Oh
He's-
my gosh! Like,
Degrassi, do you think he knows what blackmail means? Because I can tell you one thing: slandering is not blackmail. Okay.
like, wouldn't slandering be more like in the realms of libel?
Yeah, blackmail is more like Yeah, blackmail is. Yeah, you're right. The blackmail is more like I have something on you, and I'm gonna. Right, blackmail is more like I have something on you. Right,
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
threatened release. So
like
this you
blackmail is
do this.
basically saying like, look, I got these embarrassing photos of you from the Christmas
Yeah,
party. I'll reveal them if you don't do this for me.
slandering, like, slandering and blackmail don't mean the same thing.
These people don't play fair. They fight dirty, folks. Never
Oh, and
doubt that.
also Doomcock. Ironic, you're calling them the liar when you're the liar yourself.
And as the public becomes immune to the woke virus, it mutates and tries to find new ways to infect the host.
Yes, it's like the flu and COVID. It mutates. I'm sorry, I don't want to bring that up, but you get that point.
In this case, Western civilization. I want to thank the source inside Nintendo who reached out to me with this warning. And I ask everyone who views this video to spread it around and make sure as many people as possible get the message. We fans have friends at Nintendo, and at least thus far, Nintendo has resisted the pressure to ruin Legend of Zelda. But let's make damn sure the Wokies don't ruin it with lies anyway.
Okay, I'm done with this doofus.
This is what I don't get. It's like he says like Nintendo is resisting. It's like Nintendo could just pull out. So it's like
this guy, man. I really do think think he lives in a fictional world. I really do think he doesn't live in reality. I really do. This guy really thinks Disney ignores him.
this
Ignores him.
is what I think. You know,
Purpose.
this
There's a-
started off, I think, as just like a grift, but it's like the more you lie or he
the more you
lies,
believe it,
yeah, he's believing his lies. Like that's something that I noticed
right?
with certain people.
This is insanity. I think he's legitimately insane. Either he's lying. I mean, like he's classic. I mean, he is a sociopath. This is all sociopathic behavior, right? Classic sociopath, right? But con artist, I'm like, I know some. It's just this guy. This is why. This is why he's a joke, man. This is why George. I don't get. I'm not mad at him, right? I'm not mad like I get sometimes a little bit mad with Grace and Campia at times, right? With some of the stuff they say because I know they believe the stuff they say. I think they do believe the stuff they say, and this guy's this guy I just laugh at. Like I just laugh at because we know he's a joke. We know he's a joke. He's a joke, plain and simple.
He's the biggest joke there is.
Thank you, Degrassi. He is a joke. It's yeah. This guy, yeah. I'm gonna end it here. It's 2 hours, man. All right, George, go plug yourself. Thank you for people watching, by the way. Go plug yourself.
You can find me at the George. I have no idea what videos I'm doing this weekend. Maybe I'll review the movie Air.
Are you a mod on here, by the way, so you can put your channel in here?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think next week. So next Friday, we for anyone who's unaware, it's gonna be the 4th anniversary of Kobe's death.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of maybe not doing a stream, but maybe doing a video on it 4 years later, how I felt about it, and just
Can't
like
believe it's 4 years.
just like talking about how I perceived Kobe as a player, because not just as a tribute, but I also want to get into the habit of doing more basketball stuff. And
I need to talk about the Raptor stuff, but yeah, go. Thanks.
but yeah, no, like I definitely want to like do that. I kind of took last weekend off because I didn't really have any ideas for any videos. But yeah, no, you can find me at the George, and I'm finding the stream.
Right, while he's doing that, tomorrow let's talk pop-up main channel 64. We got some stuff to talk about. Yes, my thumbnail is from Madam Reb, because there's a lot of surprisingly, there's a lot of promotion for Madam Reb. Ugh. I think they're desperate. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll wait for George if he can for his channel.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a mod. Let me. I'll type something and see.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I am a mod, so I can put my
Okay.
link.
Great.
There we
I'll
go.
just wait for- There we go. So yeah, follow, subscribe. Thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys. Yeah, do all that.
Peace.
Bye.